Good morning, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, and I'm up today with these that we saw in the design team hall on Friday. Right, so we're going to do something with those, and I've decided I'm going to use some vintage images. So, what I did was I went to this website. This is the bottom of the printout, so there it is, ephemerasvintagegarden.com. And the pack, well, the piece was called The Wearing of the Green. Right, so that's what I've got there. And here's what I've printed out. I've got 3 of these. So we're going to turn those into tags using the 4-leaf clovers. Now, as I was saying, vintage, we'll just keep it, stuff it in envelopes and do all sorts with it. So it doesn't really matter what time of the year it is. Right, to go with that, I'm going to be using 2 sparkle pens. Now, these are the Crafter's Companion. I'm trying to see the colours. I've got emerald green and I've got holly leaf. So this one I think is the slightly lighter shade, but they've got mica in them and they're watercolor ink. So I've got those 2. I've got my sparkle pen, which I absolutely love, and this is the Uniball Signo Sparkle in gold. I don't know if you can see that on there, probably not, but that is the Uniball Signo. I've got the silver as well, and I've got other colours. I just love them. Now, I'm going to be using my edge distresser. I've got this one attached to it on a piece of doodah, so I never lose them. But I have had these for years. I had these from the first time they were launched, and if anyone remembers the distresser, I'm trying to get it in camera. They used to sell out so quickly. I mean, as soon as anyone stopped them, they were gone. They really were. And like I say, mine's an original. It's got to be more than 10 years old. But absolutely love it. I think you can still get them today. They might have changed colour, actually. So I'm going to distress the edges of the tags. I've already cut myself 3 pieces of ribbon. This is just Dollar Tree. Don't know what you call that. What's that called? Yeah, it might come to me. See-through doodah. Let's call it that. And I've got a sheet. You can see I'm wide awake. And I've got a sheet of Walmart watercolor cardstock because it is gorgeous stuff. Right, and what else have I got? I've got my scruffy mat. Oh, and I might be using some of this because I think, enhancing with a bit of gold might look quite nice. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to punch holes and I've got a hole doodah here. I think I got this one from Michael's, either Michael's or Ollie's Outlet. I can't remember, but you just kind of gently center it where you're going and punch a hole. So we've got a hole there ready to put our ribbon through. And I'm just going to do it to all of them. I'm just, roughly finding the center. I do need another cup of coffee. That's what I need. Right, so I've punched my holes, and what I want to do is take my distressy tool and I just want to go around the edges and fold them. Can you see that? Just really tatty it up. And I'm going to do that to the other 2, and then I'm going to come back. So there they are. The edges are, sort of curled up and distressed, rather like myself. Now there's a thing to admit to first thing on a Monday. Right. So you can see, look, just lovely and curly and all wispy. And I think probably that one needs to be curled up a little bit more. That's still, a little bit too smooth. So I'm just going to grunge it up a little bit more. That's better. Right, so now that our edges are lovely and rough and scruffy, I am going to go and die cut some of these out of my watercolor cardstock. We're going to color them in and I will be back. Right, so I have cut out both sets of the clovers, and I do know that I want to use that one. Let's see how close we can go there. You can see that gorgeous, gorgeous pattern on it. I'm trying to find the center of my camera. There we go. I hope you can see that. I will try and get a close-up photo, which will be the image at the beginning of the video. So I know that I want to use that one, and I'm pretty sure I want to use that one. I like that one as well. There's something kind of, excuse my throat, very vintagey about that sort of very loose shape. And I also like that one. So I'm kind of like just going through them. I think I like the cuteness of that one. But then, you know, you've got to look at your images and see what you might be covering up when you're using certain things. So I'm testing on that one now. So even though I like that one, it might be too big for what I want it for. I'm losing my voice. And honestly, I don't really talk that much. I think, yeah, I think I'll probably go with that one. So that's 3, 4, that's 5, and oh, I don't know whether to go with that one or that. I think I'm going to go with that loose one. Yeah, that's got a vintagey appearance. And then all of these will just go into a little bag because, you know, you use them throughout the year. And as I was saying, they can be whatever colour you want them to be, but we're being traditional today, so I'm just going to span those out on my mat. And I'm going to go in with my palest one first, which is, what is that? Emerald green. So I'm going to put down emerald green and just swizzle it around. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't always get the glittery mica that comes out of these sparkle pens, even when I shake them. So having said that, these are a few years old. And it could be that the mica just collects in a certain area, but that's okay because I like the colour anyway. So I'm just swishing my watercolour because it is a watercolour ink that's in it, and then we're going to have to leave these for a couple of minutes just to dry. Doesn't bother me if watercolouring looks blotchy. I like it. The blotchier the better. Right, so I think I'm only going to use a little bit of the dark, and you can see how much darker it is when I put this down. It is like a true kind of Christmassy green. I might just do the stems on those actually, because I quite like the idea that these are a kind of limey colour. Because I'm going to use my gold sparkle pen, so I'm just going to leave those like that. Right, those are going to dry and I will be back. Right, so my little clovers are kind of touch dry and I want to use a little bit of gold sparkle pen, and I'm trying to see here, and I just want to track the ribs that I've got going on. Just put your pen down into the groove and, you know, kind of follow it. You only have to touch down really gently with these pens and the ink just flows. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I hope that you can see what I'm doing. I'll pick it up in a second and see if the camera will pick it up. So I'm quite literally just, you know, picking up the veins in the leaf. Spin that around. I think I've got that. Let's have a look. Yep. Sometimes my camera wants to work, sometimes it doesn't. depends where I'm holding things, but you can see all of that gold in there. There it is. I just think that's so pretty. Right, I'm going to tickle a little bit of gold around those and I will be back. Right, so I've done gold around various bits and parts of these. Oh, that's a lot better. And just, you know, sort of like roughly tracked around edges. If I turn that into the light, I wonder if you can see it. But there is just little gold highlights on all of these now. And I've just, you know, roughly tickled it with the pen. So those are those bits. Now, what I want to do now is use my foundry wax, which I'm shaking up and I can hear the ball rattling in there. And in fact, what I'll do is I'm going to shake it for a couple of minutes and come back. Right, so it's had a good shake. I'm going to take the lid off, and if anybody saw me use this last time, you remember what a disaster I had when I squeezed it. I'm actually going to tip the bottle, and it's quite thick, and I don't know why mine... Oh, there we go. So we're going to have a seriously big gold bit there. So I'm going to have to work that out into the design. That's a little bit thinner. And I am just gently going around my rough edge. I'm going to try and pick that up too. Just scoop it, because you don't really want to waste it, because it's not necessarily cheapy cheap, if you know what I mean. I'm testing it there again and then just running it on the edge. I think I've missed a bit there. And what I will do is I'll do one, and then because I'm watching my clock, I'll go and finish the others offline. Now, I will tell you about this wax, and that is that it does stain. If you can see that, you've got that like grease puddle that's spread out from it. So that's something to bear in mind if you want to use it thickly. Now, I've got a little bit left there, so I'm just going to do that so I don't waste it. But it does clean up really easily. So we're going to heat set that one and see what it looks like, and then I'll go off and do the other two. Let's move these out of the way so that they don't blow all over the place. And I'm going to get a little bit of hand sanitizer, I think. I'm just reaching up over my desk because I've got this huge bottle, and it squirts over everything. So there you are, just to show you how quick and easy that cleans up. Right, so if we look at this, I just want you to be able to see that. Can you see that shadow? It's almost like a grease mark. There you go, you can see it from behind. And I don't think that it evaporates. We'll find out. Let me grab my tool gun, my heat gun. Tool gun. I haven't got a clue what a tool gun is. Now, you have to move your foundry wax out of the way, because otherwise heat setting it will set it rock hard in your bottle. Right, let's have a look at the magic here. And you should start to see it turn gold. I'll move it down. So it's spinning around now. I hope you can hear and that I'm not totally deafening you. Let's get that. Now, if you overheat it, it blisters, but that's quite nice actually, when it bubbles and blisters. Right, that's me just banging my heat tool on the edge of the desk. Right, let's have a look. What have we got there? See how shiny it goes. But look, it does stain. So all I can say is I would glue this down to another sheet of cardstock if I was going to gift it after I'd done all of that, and just trim it to the size of the tag, because, you know, you can see what happens. But it is gorgeous stuff. Oh, that's a nice close-up. Isn't it nice? It's quite literally like molten metal. It's not like embossing powder at all. It's got a totally different appearance to it. But I really do like that. And I'm going to go off and do the other two now, and I will be back. Right, so I've done those, and you can, oh, that's a better picture. You can see just how gloriously shiny that stuff is. I just love that. It's almost like melted solder. So that's what that looks like close up. And now I just need to finagle with my doodahs to find out which bit is going where, and deciding where I want them. I do like that one. Put that one there. And then I'll put that one up there. I love playing around arranging stuff. And they can quite literally go wherever it is that you want them. So I have two there, and might go another one there actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to go like that. As you see those, I'm just going to glue them, and I will be back. Right, so here they are all finished, and I popped the ribbon up there too. But aren't they lovely? Really love that. I've got like a little piece of fluff that keeps floating around near my fluff. But I just think those are absolutely gorgeous. And if you want to, you can go in with sparkle pen and, you know, make things more complete if that's what you want to do. Like on here, I could just take my gold sparkle pen and track around the ribbon of that hat, you know, so you can make things more sparkly, more inclusive. Yeah, sparkly and inclusive. You can do exactly the same thing with the ribbon on her hat, so that you've got a little bit of sparkle in there too. So that looks really sweet. And as I said, I think that one's my favourite. But I do love these loose shapes like these, because these are really vintage looking too. And then for this one, she's got a little bodice, and she's also got a ribbon on her hat. So, you know, you could basically go golds wherever you wanted to. But I'm going to do it on her hat, and I'm just going to track along there. And of course you can see better than I can, so if I've got that bit all wrong, you have to forgive me. I'm just sort of like tracing my pen in the shadows. And she's all sparkly there. There you go. And of course you could do her bodice as well, because you know what I'm like. I get my pen out and that's it. I'm like a horse. I'm just off to the races. And then just around the neckline. And that's how you could do it. There we go. Just adds a little bit more detail. So that is what I've got for you today. And I do hope that you enjoyed that. But as I said, you know, you don't have to use clover for St. Patrick's Day, you know, just for St. Patrick's Day. You can use it for good luck in your new job, good luck in your new home. You can stick it all over a horseshoe for a wedding. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do with clover. Right. I thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to be up with more from Eiffel Store tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, so you'll just have to come back. Have an awesome day, and as usual, all links below. Bye.